Hey guys, it's Tom again, Burn Star Channel. Another episode of working on the black car. Today I'm going to show you my preferred method for mounting bumpers on a track car, and we're going to start digging into the rear suspension to make the alignment a little less silly and get rid of some of that camber. And yeah, we're going to just keep pecking away at it because I'm trying hard as hell to actually make it to fuck Winter Bash with this car. So still waiting on brake lines, but hopefully we'll get them in time. Alright, getting something small out of the way first. Can't have the bumper flapping around like that. And I like something a little more permanent than just tying it in place. And I also am not really a big fan of those little spool looking nubbies that you put on the fender and the bumper and then run O-rings on it or whatever. That to me never seems to work all that great. So what I personally like the best are just these quick latches that you can get on all the, stores like Jack's and Summit and whatever. I think you can even get them on Amazon for about the same price. The way these things work is you have a stud that it comes with that has a sphere at the end, and that sphere clips into place. And then you have this push button here to release it, and it has a couple little detents and a spring in the back of it. So that makes it real nice and easy to put your panels on the car and remove them. And they come in a whole bunch of different sizes. Anything from actual hood pins to mounts for side skirts and bumpers and whatever. So these aren't cheap, they're like 25 bucks a piece. So if you add them all over the place, they add up pretty quick. But I feel like the original ones work actually well. Some of the ones that I have on the blue car, I think are like 3 years old by now. Some of them even have been in collisions and they still work. So, seem to be pretty durable. So I put these things on everything basically. And what I do is first things first, you line up your bumper skin the way you want it to sit, and then you mark it to drill it, of course, and you just gotta make sure that the structure behind it has enough access to tighten the nuts down. So just gotta pick a spot that works out, and the closer to the part line of the panel you mount them, the better the fitment you can get. That's my experience anyway. So with that said, got something marked, time to get drilling. We have a hole. So yeah, what always works best for me is I just drill the hole where I marked the bumper, and I hold the bumper up the way I want it to sit when it's mounted. And then I use that same hole to start the drill point in the fender or the bracket or wherever it goes to. And then I push the bumper or the panel, whatever it is, out of the way. Find a drill bit that corresponds with the size of the stud that needs to go through it, and then drill it out. And then I know the fitment's going to be right. And yeah, I know that these are spendy, but everything is either stainless or aluminum. So it just seems to me like they're well made. And there's a nut on both sides of, wherever you mount this, in this case the fender bracket. And so you can adjust the length very accurately. And typically whatever you mount them into, like your fender in this case, the sheet metal is extremely pliable underneath it. So if you need to make like angle adjustments or something, which we'll see if we have to do, what I usually do is I put a box wrench over it, and then you can bend it a little bit, and that way you can make this stuff fit pretty much anything. Okay, looks good. And then I typically just use a step drill to knock a hole into the panel big enough to fit the latch itself. That usually works well. One step further. Yep, one more. And then I got this machinist's deburring tool, this little pivoting plate or rotating blade is really handy to clean up the hole. And get the masking tape off. Ta-da. and we're pretty much done. See how well this fits. Hopefully quite decently. Nice. Move this. Slide down. There we go. Wonderful. It's already fitting almost exactly flush. First shot. I like it. Now we'll just pop the hood, remove all the plastic rivet crap on top of the bumper, and then the bumper should hopefully stay in place with just two of these, one on each side. Anytime you're up against an ungodly amount of these stupid plastic pins, these plastic clip removal pliers are just so nice to have, because look how easy that was. They're annoying enough as it is, so bless ya. Of course. Dang. Half the front of this car is plastic. Whack. Looks like some good old-fashioned sockets are in order as well. Ends up that these little suckers on both ends are actually a 5.5 millimeter socket, which I didn't even know I owned. And the other guys are 8s, which at least that's pretty conventional. Since the fog light, the daytime running, turn, whatever light bezel stuff is out of here, I'm thinking that this should mean that we can literally just lift the bumper up. Do you feel like it? Oh, look at that, it works! Very nice. Oh, there you have it. With the quick latches, literally 2 snaps, and you can drop the bumper if you have to work on stuff or to load it on the trailer. Either way, it's nice to get it out of the way that easily. Alright guys, so you didn't get to see it because I'm just running out of time to do enough videos on this if I want to get the car on track tomorrow. So if you follow me on Facebook or Insta, you've already seen what it looked like when I did my eyeball alignment. So now here you can see what the custom brake line setup looks like. It's 6 inches extended from stock, and I just loosely zip tie it up here, but this should work out well. I checked all my bolt torques on all the suspension stuff. The only thing that's still loose are the tie rods and the rear arms I need for the final alignment. But yeah, this is coming along nicely. Over here you can see Josh using that alignment rig, and I'm stoked to try that out because that looks like a really cool setup with those plates and strings. At any rate, yeah, sorry for not giving you the detailed rundown on the alignment, but just don't have enough time, unfortunately. I'm sure we'll align this car at least 5 more times this year, so there will be plenty of opportunity to do it again. So yeah, right now I'm just focusing on getting this thing out to mid-vale ASAP here, and the brake lines were the last piece of the puzzle. So now hopefully once I top off the brake fluid and bleed them, should be good to go. So here's something I just learned. If your exhaust system is one welded piece all the way from the H-pipe all the way back to both tips, installing that thing by yourself is awesome. But it's on there. Almost there. Alright, burning the midnight oil here at Jam Sport. Trying my best to get this car on track. And yeah, this is what the alignment looks like right now. Trying to find the light. Oh, there we go. That lighting ain't too bad. So I used that fancy cable pivoty on all four hub gizmo that you saw on Josh's car. And that doesn't work anything like what I'm used to. So I guess I'm just more proficient with my own redneck setup out of 2x4s and string at home, but it looks like it will be drivable, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. One way to find out. So I'm gonna torque down the tie rods and the rear suspension arms, and then hopefully load up, and then I will, well, hold on. This video isn't gonna drop until after Midvale, so I will have seen you at Midvale, and I hope we did have fun or something. Yeah, that sounds right. See ya. Or saw ya.